Well, I got to tell you, the Chicago Sky are one of the worst basketball teams I've ever seen. And today, their coach literally just waved the white flag. He quit. He literally just said, Phoenix Mercury, destroy us even more than you're destroying us right now.
The Chicago Sky, a team that was once expected to be a contender in the WNBA, is now facing one of the most disastrous seasons in franchise history. With a dismal record of 3 wins and 9 losses, the team's struggles reached a boiling point in their recent game against the Phoenix Mercury. Despite coming into the game with an already rocky season, the Sky's performance against Phoenix was nothing short of catastrophic. What transpired was more than just a loss. It was a complete breakdown. Coach Tyler Marsh, who was brought in to turn the team around, faced the uncomfortable reality that the Sky's collapse was not just a temporary slump, but a systemic failure. With his team down by 25 points in the third quarter, Marsh made the shocking decision to bench the entire starting lineup, not due to foul trouble or fatigue, but as a desperate move to protect his players from further embarrassment. This decision, a sign of complete resignation, was not about strategy, it was about survival. Marsh's action was a clear admission that the game was no longer winnable, and his team's morale was so low that he opted to shield them from additional humiliation. It wasn't a coaching maneuver, but a signal of surrender, a white flag waved in front of a national audience. This game encapsulated the Sky's season in a nutshell. A team in freefall, unable to find rhythm, and with no clear path forward. Angel Reese, the player who was once considered the future of the franchise, also struggled mightily during the game. Her performance, which included just 9 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds, was emblematic of the Sky's overall collapse. Reese, who had garnered attention for her potential as a WNBA star, was invisible for much of the game. She finished with a triple single, a stat line that would be considered mediocre for any player, let alone one touted as a future face of the league. Her -25 plus-minus rating only added to the criticism of her lackluster performance. Reese's failure to take control of the game was further exacerbated by her teammates, who appeared to actively avoid passing her the ball. It became clear that the Sky's struggles were not solely a result of bad shooting or poor defense, but also a lack of team chemistry and leadership. This was not just a personal failure for Reese, but a reflection of the team's dysfunction. On the other side, the Phoenix Mercury played with a level of intensity that the Sky could only dream of. Phoenix, led by a blazing shooting performance from Sammy Whitcomb, dominated the game from the start. Whitcomb made 5 3-pointers in the second quarter alone, as the Mercury stormed to a 31-8 lead in the first quarter. Phoenix's shooting was near flawless, hitting 56.5% from the field and 57.1% from beyond the arc, numbers that underscored the Sky's defensive inadequacies. The Mercury's offense was firing on all cylinders, while the Sky appeared completely disorganized. Phoenix's dominance on the court highlighted the difference between a well-coached, motivated team and a squad in complete disarray.
Like, oh my God, this team is garbage. Golly. Man, Angel Reese with a triple single, 9 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. She was a -25.
End of the game, Phoenix had put up 100 points, marking their first 100-point game of the season, while the Sky struggled to reach 86. The game wasn't a competition. It was a clinic. The Sky's defense was woeful, allowing opponents to score nearly 95 points per game, a statistic that is as telling as it is damning. On top of that, the Sky's turnover problem was a significant factor in their downfall. They committed 21 turnovers in the game, a symptom of a larger issue: poor decision-making and a lack of focus on the court. This turnover issue has plagued the Sky all season, with their average turnovers per game sitting at a mind-numbing 18.9, the worst in the league. These mistakes are not just sloppy play. They are self-inflicted wounds that have been preventing the team from finding any rhythm or cohesion. Despite the team's catastrophic performance, Angel Reese's post-game interview was an attempt to spin the loss into a positive learning experience.
This team stinks. Angel Reese not even in top 10 in all-star voting. This team stinks. A triple single, and y'all was out there ranting and raving, talking about her all-star. She should be an all-star. Like, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. This team is terrible.
Chicago Sky is more like Chicago, why are you on TV? Like, they're embarrassment, bro. There's a reason why the Indiana Fever are on TV all the time, because they actually have a good product, when they have a good game, even a bad game, they're still actually fun to watch. This is horrible. Chicago Sky is an embarrassment, bro. The WNBA definitely screwed up having this game as a national televised game. They screwed up bad.
She tried to frame the blowout as a character-building moment, speaking about hustle, intensity, and staying grounded. However, her words rang hollow in the face of her performance, which was one of her worst of the season. Her 31.3% shooting from the field, coupled with just 2 rebounds, painted a stark contrast to her optimistic rhetoric. Reese's insistence that she was improving, despite her statistics showing the opposite, only deepened the sense that she was not in touch with the reality of her performance. It felt more like delusion than confidence, and her attempt to turn a disaster into a motivational speech fell flat. While Reese struggled, her teammate Camila Cardoso had a standout performance. She scored 17 points on 7 of -9 shooting, a stat line that should have made headlines, but it was overshadowed by the Sky's overall failure. Cardoso's efficient play was a rare bright spot, but even her performance couldn't escape the team's dysfunction. She was benched alongside Reese in the third quarter, a decision that seemed both unfair and unnecessary, given her performance. Cardoso's body language during the game indicated frustration, as she appeared to be increasingly exasperated by the lack of support from her teammates. Her glances toward the bench during broken plays and her frustration with Reese's erratic solo attempts highlighted the divide between the two players.
I don't know what's wrong with them, but like, they could lose this game by 40. Like, I don't know. I don't know what is wrong with this team, because today it wasn't even, I don't even think that this was an effort thing. Like, I don't even think this was an effort problem. But at the end of the day, like, they're just not good.
The benching of both players seemed like a collective punishment for the team's failures, but it was especially hard on Cardoso, who had done everything right. The real issue for the Sky lies not in individual performances, but in the systemic problems within the organization. The roster was poorly constructed, with no clear leaders or consistent contributors. The team's defense has been an ongoing issue, as they have allowed over 90 points in 4 consecutive games. Their perimeter defense in particular has been woeful, as opposing teams have shot over 45% from beyond the arc. The Sky's inability to adapt defensively has made them easy targets for teams with competent offensive strategies. Offensively, the Sky are equally ineffective. With a turnover problem and no clear go-to scorer outside of Cardoso, they have struggled to put together any semblance of a coherent offensive game plan. The team is simply not built to compete at a high level, and their lack of talent and leadership has left them floundering.
Angel Reese got completely exposed today, man. Y'all see how she only took 1 shot today versus the Mercury and only had 2 rebounds? This goes to show she can't get all those rebounds without taking hella shots, getting her own misses, man. You've been completely exposed today, bricklaying sloth. Completely. When you ain't taking all these shots and missing all these goddamn layups and shit, you can't get your rebounds. So your rebounds go down because no missed shots, no rebounds, man.
Despite their poor performance, Coach Marsh continues to insist that the team is improving, but it's hard to see any tangible evidence of progress. His post-game comments about turnovers, "We had more possessions than other teams, but we keep giving them back," are a thinly veiled attempt to explain away his team's mistakes. But these mistakes aren't just about turnovers. They're about a lack of discipline and focus, and it's clear that the team's problems go deeper than just individual errors. Marsh, once seen as a potential savior, now appears trapped in a coaching nightmare. His frustration is evident, and his attempts to put a positive spin on the team's failures are increasingly hard to believe.
Obviously, this is my third one. Obviously, it really meant something to other people today because it's me. And I just focus on basketball. I come into work every day and work. I don't complain. I don't care about anything else. I have bad days. I haven't been playing well at all. And I can sit here and just mope around and point the finger, but it's been me. And I take accountability. I come in every day and try to be better than the next and better than the last. And I know my teammates trust me. I know they have my back. Ariel has my back for everything. And I just love that being a part of a team that I know really trusts me and trusts my work, and everything else is everything else. I'm just here just to come to work every day and go home. That's all I want to do, is just come to work and being able to enjoy my job that I love. People would die and kill to have this job. And being able to play with the best players in the world means a lot to me. I put my all in this. I do.
The Sky's roster was never designed to compete at the highest level, and now the team is paying the price for that poor planning. With no clear direction and a roster full of players who have underperformed, the Sky are on track to finish as one of the worst teams in WNBA history. There is no real hope for a turnaround unless drastic changes are made, and it's likely that the Sky's leadership will face significant pressure to make those changes.
I mean, seriously, the Sky's on national TV and to say they're getting worked is an understatement. Angel Reese hits a three, starts to get in a rhythm, one shot. So what does Tyler do? He benched her and Cardoso. Phoenix Suns starters are killing the Chicago Sky bench players. In fairness, they were killing the starters too. All right, down 36. Chicago Sky might be the worst basketball team to ever exist. It's real bad. I mean, this is a disastrous. The Chicago Sky are an abomination. It's a disastrous season. It is. Oh, they look bad. Kennedy Carter's crazier than a shithouse rat. Her 18 points a game looks awfully good right now. They've got no offense. They got nobody that can score outside of Cardoso. That can grab the ball and just take over and randomly drop 18 to 28 points in a game. There's no offense. And their defense is terrible, but they have no offense. No spark plug. Nothing.
As for Angel Reese, her story has gone from one of potential to one of cautionary tale. Once the face of the team, she now finds herself mired in mediocrity, with a series of poor performances undermining her confidence and reputation. Despite the constant self-promotion, her numbers don't lie. She's struggling, and her attempts to talk her way out of it only make things worse.
True is that this roster unfortunately was not built for success. With Courtney Vandersloot going down with the ACL injury, I just don't know how the Sky are going to weather this. See, teams have the Chicago Sky figured out. They figured out that they can go crazy from behind the arc because the Chicago Sky's perimeter defense is just not there. It's not effective. I was on the floor. I saw them fighting to get around these screens. They just can't get there.
The Sky, meanwhile, are sinking deeper into a hole of their own making. The season has been a spectacular implosion, and unless something changes soon, they will not only be the worst team in the WNBA.
I don't see it getting any better, man. I think this coach is going to be gone, and I think it's going to be a fire sale. I don't think there's anybody on this roster who's 100% guaranteed to be on this roster next season. I think anybody with the right price, any of these people can go. Because I don't see the talent. I don't see any untouchable talent. I don't see any untouchable talent on this roster at all.
They will be the laughingstock of the league. Coach Marsh may not be able to save this season, and if things continue this way, it's hard to see a future for him with the Sky.